we were talking about it a little bit before, how you had like a successful business, like essentially flipping
Yeah.
Supreme and things like that.
Mhm.
Why did you choose to go to college?
Well, number one, my mother never went to college. So out of her side of the family, I would be the first generation to go. So that was very important for her. She worked very, very hard for the first 15 years, 18 years of my life to ensure that I could have a college education. And I was going to take advantage of that. I got scholarships to the school that I went to. So for me to graduate debt free as well, like with scholarships in mind, it was a no brainer to get a free education. And secondly, too, I mean, it gave me the opportunity to live in New York City finally. And that has obviously paid off tenfold because of the fact that you're always plugged into the cultural capital of the world.
Hmm.
Um, has it been stressful? Sure, but we're almost there. I graduate May 19th, so pretty much done in a lot of ways.
Let's go.
And
Congratulations.
Dude, how do you balance being a student with all the things that you do today? I mean, could you first like talk about all the things that you currently do professionally at this very moment?
Yeah.
Along with school?
So I'm going to answer the first part of your question
Sure.
first, because that's just what I had in my mind going. The way I've balanced it is freshman year and sophomore year was COVID for me. So I was not even on campus at all. So it was completely remote. Remote classes were super easy to actually do. All you had to do was log on. Should have also said this earlier, I'm dyslexic, so I've never had a typical school experience either. I've never taken notes. I've always just sat there, paid attention, and that's it. That's what I do. And then obviously I do the homework and everything. But as far as like studying, I've never studied. I just retain the information once I hear it. I'm a very audible learner. So I just show up I never miss a class. That's first and foremost. If I miss a class, I'm really going to be very lost. So I always show up to class, and then I basically just pay attention, and that's it. And that's worked really well for me. I also, at a certain point over the last 2 years, junior year and on, have had arrangements with my professors. Like, hey, I run a business. This is what I do. I'm going to try to get all the work done on time, but sometimes things come up, things happen, and usually they're very flexible and they'll work with me. They're usually, I think I've said this to you a little off camera before when we were talking, they're excited to work with a student because they're actually, if I'm taking something that they're teaching and applying it directly into the real world, that's the ultimate learning example for them, or an example of a student learning from them. And then for everything that I do currently, so I definitely wear a bunch of hats. I'm a part-time real estate agent, and when I say part-time, my mom is a real estate agent. She's been one for 20 years. So I got my license the weekend I graduated high school, just solely to help her. If she needs me to go to a house and let an inspector in or whatnot, I'll go do that. I'll help her in any way she needs. I've also garnered my own clients, but that's mostly people who are moving out of the city in New Jersey, and then I'll just refer them to another agent just because I don't have the time to actually go through that transaction. Then I am a personal PFP investor, crypto investor, Web3 investor. I'll get into that a little bit more in detail later. And I'm an art dealer. So what does that entail? It means I work or advise artists on the best way to sell their work or find the best homes for their work.